Welcome to this sit on being with aggressions. Let us just take a moment to gather ourselves in a comfortable position, comfortable posture. And I invite you to take 3 deep breaths at your own pace. Nice. And just take some time to allow your breathing to settle at a normal pace and rhythm that feels good for you. And we'll just sit together in silence for a few moments. So as we sit together and explore this concept and impact of aggressions, I just want to name that aggressions can take us out of our intention. Aggressions can take us out of our values. They can often lead us to self-condemnation, whether we're on the receiving end or on the perpetuating end. What's important is that we lean into repair and communication, which can often help us get to forgiveness and eventually love. So let us continue to sit together and use this time as an opportunity to go deep inward into our racialized experience with aggressions and how they may impact us both personally and professionally. This is an opportunity to heal. And let us re-anchor to our breath. And I invite you to think of a time and reflect on a moment where perhaps you witnessed an aggression or you committed the aggression or you were on the receiving end of the aggression. Anchoring to this time, just notice where you're feeling this in your body. Notice what's happening in your physiology. Where are you feeling this memory? For me, I'm feeling it in my heart. There's a tightening in my chest. There's a little bit of a warm but stinging warm sensation. It's not comfortable. It's making me more aware. And it's making me aware that this aggression took me out of my values. And one of my values is love. And so when it felt like a violation of my values, I'm just sensing that it's being impacted in my heart space. We all carry many values, but what might be perhaps your top two? What are the ones you really stand on? And when you think about this aggression, what value was being violated? Where was there an intrusion for what you stand for? And remember to breathe. And perhaps even breathe into where you might feel this in your body. Maybe it'll give you more information and more insight as you sit with this as focus. And as you explore this aggression as it relates to your values, I invite you to consider, what was the intention for the exchange? What was the intention for the situation where this aggression arose? And where did this intention become murky or muddied? Where did the intention go off track? That's often what happens when the aggression gets committed. We may have said the wrong thing. We may have behaved in the wrong way. Something was communicated. And while we do know about the idea of intention versus impact, meaning that you may have meant one thing, but the outcome was something different. Someone experienced it differently. It doesn't take away that your intention was still your intention. And in this work of racial healing, we communicate what our intention is, and we acknowledge that it may not have had the right impact. We give more weight to the impact, yet still allowing for an explanation or a sharing of the intention. And so while we may go into a bit of self-condemnation, embarrassment, or shame, as we look to repair this aggression, we lean into repair. We lean into repair, knowing that this is an opportunity to heal relationship with the racialized experience and its impact. Let's just take a deep breath as we explore repair. And repair can look like, I'm so sorry. That is not what I meant to say. And I need to explore why it came out that way. It can also look like, I'm so sorry. I could have and should have said that differently. I'd like to say it like this. It can also look like, I'm so sorry. That was offensive and not okay. I'm going to reflect and see how I can do and be better in the future. It can also look like, I'm so sorry. I hope you accept my apology. And I'm going to take what you've said to heart and really reflect on how I can do and be better. Part of repair with aggressions means that we own what has happened and we let it impact us in such a way that it creates understanding and change. And the best way that we can communicate our growth is to act from that place of change. So maybe we don't say something the way we said it before. Maybe we don't behave in the same way that we used to behave. Maybe we change something in the environment that's been communicated as not being inclusive. And as we commit to this repair, we also lean into forgiveness. Forgiveness of ourselves, knowing that we're not perfect, we're not going to always get it right, but we certainly will work to get it right. And in this forgiveness, we extend love. We allow love to be at the center. And we can envision the other person's hurt easing and their life being filled with peace. We can envision our own hurt easing and our life being filled with peace. Resting in knowing that each healed heart sends healing to the world. We strengthen the muscles of where the discomfort happened. We don't allow the discomfort to stop us from knowing what to say, how to respond, or how to be an ally. We center healing and transformation. We learn from this moment of reflection, and we allow it to be enough in the meantime, in the in-between time, until the next time. Let us just sit together for a moment before we close. I thank you for sitting with me today. May you be well.